unfortunately, we didn't get the touchdown.
The call on Terry seemed pretty adamant. He had pointed his hand out to the ref. What was the explanation?
What did you guys see on the film?
Looked like Terry pointed his hand.
That's exactly what I thought too. Thank you.
And I got to ask about the Curtis one as well. The fourth down.
Yeah, I mean, again, in fact, don't ask me about the refereeing because I can't answer the question.
Ron, you had two red zone turnovers in the last 6 minutes. Either one scores a touchdown, you tie the game, or you go ahead. I mean,
that's huge, and we can't do that, David. And it's a great point because we had our opportunities. We put ourselves down there. That was my answer to Sam. We missed opportunities, and we can't do that. We talked about that when we were off last week. That the red zone was something we got to be better at, and we didn't do that. If we had done it, that last series doesn't matter.
Taylor put the ball on the ground twice today as well.
Yes.
What did you see on those two plays?
Well, really, he's just got to protect the ball more so than anything else. The first one, we got beat off the edge, and he got hit from behind. The second one, he's getting tackled. He's just got to secure the football.
Coach, early on in the game, the decision to go for the punt and short yards situation, can you kind of describe the thought process behind that?
We got him pinned. We figured from where we were going to get him pinned.
Absolutely. And then you have some young guys, obviously. I mean, a lot of talk this year about the young guys, but specifically today, John Dodson, Brian Robinson Jr. doing some good things. Can you kind of expand on some of those thoughts?
Well, that's what we're hoping to get from those guys. I mean, they're growing up fast. They're playing a lot of football. They're doing the things that we need them to do, and we just got to continue to improve and get better.
Ron, you said you wanted to get them pinned on that fourth down. Was there something with the wind or anything like that with the conditions?
Well, we thought the ball would hang up and we'd be able to get the coverage down there and get into position. Earlier in the game, we did the same thing, but Tress kicked a little bit short, and they popped it for about 20 yards on a return. But we thought we'd get the second one, we would be able to get it pinned into into that corner.
With the first one, I guess it was the fourth down. Did you consider going for a field goal on that one?
Oh, yes. And the very first thing, no, because of the winds and because of watching Joey kick, and the same thing when we came out in the second half watching Joey kick. We were a little concerned about that ball coming up short.
The red zone, the turnovers. What else stuck out to you as frustrations?
Well, on defense, we had a couple opportunities to turn them back. On one on third down situations and one on a fourth down situation where we could have stopped them, and gotten great field position, and that's probably it. I mean, just a couple of plays on the defensive side for the most part.
You guys used 5 defensive linemen against them the last time, and it seemed to work. Why not as much this time?
Because they came out throwing the ball, and they threw the ball early and created the mismatches that made it harder on us. So Jack went with the 4-man front for a while, and then at the end he came back to the 5-man front stuff.
Ron, all week talking about how big this game was for you guys. Can you describe the magnitude of this loss?
Oh, yeah, It's disappointing as hell. It really is. It pisses me off more than anything. We had an opportunity to win, and I thought we did everything you're supposed to do, from getting the ball down to the 1-yard line to getting lined up, checking to make sure we're lined up properly, and then having it taken away from us. That's why it's hard to comprehend right now.
Ron, I know the team he plays hard for you throughout, but when Heineke gets the second fumble and then Barkley has 3 consecutive runs, 10, 12, 15 yards, did it feel like some of the air maybe got taken out?
A little bit, and that's going to happen. I mean, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and that it happened for a few plays, and we forced the field goal attempt, we got the ball back, got it down where we had, and we had our opportunity at the end.
And I know we're talking about the game and not Chase Young's situation, but how close was he to playing, and what was the decision there to not play him?
He was close. It's one of these things that, again, he'll continue to work, and we'll see how he's doing. I know he saw Dr. Andrews today, and it was all positive. So again, we're feeling really good, and we'll see how he does Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week.
So you think he will play this season?
Oh yeah.
Every team kind of has their own thinking about when to go for 2. Why did you go for 2 early on in the third quarter there?
To make it a 3-point game.
Any thought there to maybe just kick it though because it was so early? Or did you like that spot?
I like that spot. I mean, I thought what we ran the play that we had designed, The guy gets jammed at the line of scrimmage, and he gets jammed by the defender as he's releasing. He gets jammed by the defender, and it becomes a natural pick because he's jammed by the defender at the line of scrimmage. And Curtis goes to the flat.
Obviously, Taylor's first fumble was a blindside.
Yep.
What would you like to see him do there to maybe
Throw the
hold
ball
him?
sooner. As soon as his foot hits the ground, that ball should be delivered or thrown away or thrown somewhere underneath right now.
Did you consider making a quarterback switch at halftime?
No,
Why not?
no. We were moving the ball. So, no.
Coach, how do you feel Danny Johnson did?
I thought Danny did some nice things. Danny made a couple of really good plays. You know, he battled. He's a very smart-headed young man. Does a great job for us, and I thought Danny did a good job.
Aside from the two fumbles from Taylor, what did you think of his performance? He made
I
some
thought he
big-time
did some
throws.
really good things. I did. You know, we had him take a couple of shots deep. He threw a couple of really good balls that, you know, were just a little overthrown, and you know, he also threw a couple that were caught, and you know, he moved us. But when we get into the red zone, we got to put it in the end zone. We absolutely got to score touchdowns instead of kicking field goals.
Ron, sorry if this was asked. Their 97-yard touchdown drive that included a 4th and 9 conversion.
Yep,
from
that's
them.
probably the biggest disappointment right there on the defense side. If you ask Jack, I think that's the one that Jack will be disappointed in.
Take one more.
What happened on that play from your vantage point?
They just optioned off of the defender. You know, and basically what he's doing is he's trying to run opposite of the leverage, and wherever the leverage was, he was just going to turn it out or turn it in, just depending on the leverage.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.